Welcome back, class. Today's lesson is going to be about writing and how to write a complete sentence. So the first thing we need to do when we're writing a complete sentence is we need to think about what we're going to write. So the first thing we're going to think about is who or what is this sentence about, right? And it could be about people like you or me or your sister or brother, or people's names, right? It could be about animals, and it could be about things, right? Like your skateboard or your bicycle or playing basketball, right? That's a thing. Who or what the sentence is about, and then also the second part that we're going to need is what are they doing, right? What are they doing, or what are they, right? So it could be either or, right? What is the dog is sleeping, right? Or maybe we could say dogs are funny. Okay, so we need two different parts, right? And the dogs could be what they're doing are their actions, and maybe describing them, what they're like. Okay, so once we know what we're going to write, then we can follow our steps for writing. So I'm going to think about someone. I'm going to think about my sister, okay? And my sister, right, she likes papaya. Papaya is a fruit. She really likes papaya. So I'm going to think about the sentence. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say it. So I'm going to write Roxana likes papaya. So I know that's 3 words. Roxana likes papaya. And now I'm going to write Anna likes papaya. Yeah. Okay, now that I've finished it, now I'm going to read it. Roxana likes papaya. That is what I wanted to say, so I'm happy with the sentence. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do before I move on to my next sentence is I'm going to make sure I'm going to look for 3 things. The first thing I'm looking for is, did I start my sentence with a capital letter? I look at the R and I realize, yeah, that's a capital R. Okay. The second thing that I need to do is I'm going to check to see, did I have spaces in between my words? Remember, we always put spaces between our words so that when someone's reading it, they can tell where one word ends and another word begins. And you notice I do have nice spaces there, and you can clearly see there's 3 words. Okay. Last thing I'm going to do is make sure that I ended with some punctuation. In this case, a period. So do I have a period at the end of my sentence? Yep, you guys see it right here. Okay, so the last thing I do, I'm going to read it one last time. Roxana likes papaya. Okay. I'm going to try another sentence now. I'm going to write about my cat. Okay. So I'm going to describe my cat, what she's like. My cat is black and white. And some of you guys have seen the video, so you already know Gatti. So I could write my cat, or I might write Gatti. And I think I'm going to choose Gatti because you guys already know who she is. So, okay, so the who again is my cat. So I'm going to write my cat is black. I don't have any space, so I'm going to continue over here. And white. Okay, now that I've finished, I'm going to read it to make sure that's what I wanted to write. My cat is black and white. My cat is black and white. Okay, that's what I wanted to write. So now the last thing to do before I finish is I'm going to check it for capital letter first. Oops, I missed my capital letter. Remember, the capital M has straight lines, not these curved lines here. It's a little bit bigger, so I'm going to go down like that. So I have I do have spaces between my words. And the last thing I'm missing, you guys probably already guessed it, is the period. All right, and I'm gonna read it. My cat is black and white, and that's what I wanted to say. All right, so now I'm gonna erase it. Okay, now what I want you to do is I'm gonna read a sentence out, and I want you guys to get a piece of paper. So after I read the sentence out to you, maybe a couple times, then put pause on the video and try to write the sentence, and then you can unpause it and you can see and you can check your work against my work. Okay? So let's write about penguins. So I remember when we read about penguins, we read that penguins can swim really fast. So I'm gonna write, penguins can swim really fast. Okay, so listen to it one more time and say it as I'm saying it. Penguins can swim very fast. Penguins can swim very fast. Go ahead and hit pause right now. Okay, try to write it the best that you can, and then check back with my work, and you can compare it to see how you did. All right, so I'm gonna start. Penguins can swim very fast. Okay, and then I'm gonna read it. Penguins can swim very fast. All right, that's what I wanted to write. Looks good. So now let's check those three things. The first thing we're gonna check is the P, or the capital letter, sorry, and it's the letter P. And I can tell that this is actually the lowercase p because I see the P's going below this kind of imaginary line that we have here. So I'm going to change that to a capital P, and the capital P starts a little bit higher, goes all the way down, up and around. Okay, so now I got my capital letter, penguins. Okay, I do have spaces between my words, so that looks nice and neat, and you can tell where one word ends and another word begins. And the last thing that I'm missing here is a period. All right, and let's read it one last time. Okay, read yours. Penguins can swim very fast. Okay, let's try one more together. Okay, just like we did the last time, I'll tell you the sentence to write and see if you can write it yourself, and then check it against my work. So I'll say it a couple times, pause it, and then try to write it. Okay? All right. This tree is tall. This tree is tall. All right, so that's right. The who is this tree, or that's the what, right? This tree, and what is it? It is tall, okay? This tree is tall. All right, go ahead and pause it and try to write that. This tree is, and I don't have enough space here to fit it all on the period, so I'm just going to continue it over here. All period. Okay. This tree is tall. Okay, let's check to see. Do we have a capital letter? Yep, that looks like a capital T. Do we have spaces between the words? Looks good. And it looks like I did remember to put a period this time. All right, so remember, when you're writing your sentences, think and ask yourself, is this a complete sentence? Remember, to be a complete sentence, it needs to tell us about who or what, and we need to know about what they are doing, or what the actions are like, or what their actions are taking, or what they are like, as if we're describing them. Once you write your sentence, remember, we check for three things. We check for a capital letter on the first letter of the first word. We make sure that there's spaces between our words, and we make sure that we end each sentence with a period. So when you're writing your sentences and your stories, make sure that you always go back before you think you're completely finished, is go back and check your story and check your sentences to see if they make sense to you, if they tell who or what and what they are like or what they're doing, and did you have a capital letter for the first letter of the first word? Do you have spaces between your words? And did you end with a period? All right, I can't wait to see your books. Bye, kids.